In May of 2021, the United States Supreme Court came out with a unanimous ruling in Caniglia versus Strom, a case where the court was asked to decide if the same warrant exception that applies to impounded vehicles discussed in Katie versus Dombrowski applies to homes. I'm Steve Serbalik, and I'm a panel attorney for AZCOPS in Arizona. First, a disclaimer, this video is a topic summary and not legal advice. So if you have questions about how this case will impact you, speak with a lawyer. With that said, here's what happened in Caniglia. During an argument with his wife, Edward Caniglia retrieved a handgun from his bedroom, put it on the dining room table, and asked his wife to shoot him now and get it over with. She declined, left to spend the night at a hotel, and when she tried to reach her husband by phone, he didn't pick up, so she called the police for a welfare check. Police came with the wife, and they found Mr. Caniglia on his porch when they arrived. He confirmed his wife's account of the argument, but he denied that he was suicidal. The police thought that he was a danger to himself, so they called an ambulance. But Mr. Caniglia agreed to go to the hospital for a psychiatric evaluation only after the police allegedly promised not to confiscate his firearms. But once the ambulance took Mr. Caniglia away, the police seized the weapons with the wife's permission. Mr. Caniglia sued, saying that the police had violated the Fourth Amendment when they entered his house and seized him and his firearms without a warrant. The District Court and the First Circuit Court of Appeals disagreed, saying that the police's actions in this case fell within a community caretaking exception to the warrant requirement that the Supreme Court had supposedly recognized in Katie. The First Circuit did not consider whether anyone had consented to the police taking the guns, whether there were exigent circumstances, or whether any state law allowed this kind of mental health intervention. The Supreme Court's decision in Caniglia reiterated that there are different requirements for police actions for cars versus actions related to homes. The court also made it clear that officers can enter houses when exigent circumstances exist, including the need to render emergency assistance to an injured occupant or to protect an occupant from imminent injury. And police, of course, can generally take actions that any private citizen might do without fear of liability. That said, the court in Caniglia made clear that there's no separate community caretaking rule that would allow officers to enter a home without a warrant, exigency, or consent. Now remember here, the officers only entered the home to retrieve a gun after Mr. Caniglia was off the property. Therefore, there couldn't have been exigency. The consent element wasn't analyzed by the courts. Now, finally, here's a major takeaway. Police can and should respond to calls for help. But if there's no longer a danger or threat inside of a house, don't rely on a community caretaking exception if you intend to enter to seize property. Instead, get a proper court order if allowed under your rules. If you have any questions about this case, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you found this video helpful or interesting, please hit the like button. And please subscribe to my channel. It really helps the channel grow. I'm Steve Serbalik. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.